will be drawing the ear. I start roughing in the ear with straight lines. Notice how I'm not trying to copy the curve of the ear. I'm trying to copy the angles that are on the ear. I see the lines on the ear as straight lines, not curved lines. The curved lines will come in later when you start smudging or blending. You can do this exact same thing with pencil and paper and a smudging tool and an eraser. Normally that's how I draw, with a pencil and paper, but we do this digitally because it's easier to explain and easier to get on the computer when we draw it digitally. But you can do this exact same thing with a pencil, paper, eraser, and a smudge tool, or your finger. We usually smudge with our finger. So anyway, I get the outline of the ear completed here, and notice all the lines are straight in there. There's not any curved lines. So now I start smudging. This is the same as putting pencil or charcoal on your paper and then smudging it with your finger or smudging it with a smudge tool. I'm just looking for the darks and the lights in the ear. The way to find darks and lights is squint your eyes. It's a lot easier to see things that are dark and light when you squint your eyes. When you blur your eyes, just squint down a little and you'll be able to see the darks and lights a lot easier on a subject. And the ear seems, for some reason, seems more complicated than a lot of elements on the face. So you really have to squint your eyes, blur your eyes to see some of these subtle darks and lights. Okay, still looking for darks and lights, getting a little more developed here. Now you're starting to see some rounded edges because I started smudging, and so it softens those straight lines that I drew in. Okay, everything's a little bit dark right now, so I'll start taking my eraser and cleaning up the edges. Here I am cutting in some of the highlights, and then I'll smudge those too. Whenever you take your eraser, and I'm talking about a real eraser, not a digital eraser, but use your eraser on the drawing and then smudge those too, and it softens those edges. Okay, I'm using my eraser now to remove some of the graphite. You can do this same thing on paper. And balancing out the values a little more here, taking some of the real dark areas away. This represents the hair behind the ear. I think I'll soften that up a little more. Okay, the human ear. It's not an easy thing to draw, but if you follow these steps, you should be able to draw one.